Hi, it's Pascal, and in this video, it's gonna be a little bit different. I have a question that has been popping into my inbox recently, and I have had an experience with it. I've been taking a while to shoot it, and the question simply goes: can my family in Africa do this business? I mean, build an online business. Now, this question is coming from somebody, maybe you're in America, England, Canada, Ireland, Europe, anywhere, and you have family back home in Africa, and you're always sending them money, and you're looking for a way to stop that so that you can concentrate on your own family here, and so they can be resourceful with themselves. If there a way they can start something, so that if they start generating money, then you will be liberated from, you don't need to send them money anymore. At least they can function and you can start functioning. In other words, the two families on both sides of the world will flourish. Now, is it possible? I believe it is. But you gotta, there's a few caveats to this. There's some things that you have to understand. I have experienced. For me, the first, I've made like 2 attempts, it hasn't worked. But I know some people that it's working for. I like being honest, but I'll tell you my experiences, what I feel that caused me to not succeed in it. Then maybe if you have that edge over me, then you can go and make yours work. Because I believe that everything is possible once you have the right support system, the right training, the right people around you, then your business will grow. Now, I'll start with the big reason why mine failed. And that is very simple, is the environment. Now, what do I mean by environment? Now, I am from, if you know me very well, I'm Nigerian, and most Nigerians, if you have family that live in Europe, if you have family back home in Africa, you were always like trying to send them some funds, maybe to parents or younger siblings, just to support them. Not necessarily that we've got it all, but it's just that our obligation that we have, that we are in a better economy, that we should support them back home. And when you get into this cycle of sending, and they are in the cycle of receiving, now once you start to build a business and you want to help them build this business, now the environment I'm talking about here is the common theme that is constantly going around in the country. This is not just your home model. It's the, you will notice that every time they're always complaining they don't have money, they don't have time, they are sick. They complain from anything. As in fact, I don't have breakfast. Anything simple. That is what the majority is. Even if they do have it, they will still complain. You may be experiencing this. I experienced this well firsthand. Now, is it good or bad? I don't blame the family. I don't blame it. It's just the way the culture is. That is the culture we have back home. So, if you're going to build a business and you're with people with this sort of culture, you know what you're up against. Now, I want you to understand this. If you have read the book, The Strangest Secret, which I always talk about, that's what taught me this lesson. It said, you will become what you think about. Now, I started online business and I started sending I started try to recruit people to do what I'm doing. I started coaching them through webinars. They were joining me on a webinar, and I was trying to show them what I was doing. And I often found out that they were complacent. They couldn't hang into it. Their attitude to the business wasn't the right attitude I was looking for. So as a result, I quickly made the decision, because what I mean by the strangest secret, you become what you think of it. Every time, maybe one person or two, they would either tell you, I can't come because I'm sick, I don't feel well, I need to go to church, I need to do this, and they will come up with anything. They were throwing these negative ideas into my mind constantly. That, so I found it very challenging to break an environment that is so toxic with negativity. That's what I mean. So you have to be careful here, because majority of the businesses and that you try to set up from, if you've tried it before, you're here, you're sending things back home in Africa or any other part of the world, and you're finding resistance to break even. Maybe they squander the money. It doesn't matter. Things happen. This all happened to all of us. We've probably been there. It's happened to me. You're trying to break into an environment that is so polluted, not for growth. People will say it's the government. It's not the government. It's just the way it is. Everybody's the same way. Everybody's, if they go into power, they will do the same thing. So I don't blame anybody. I just see it as a culture of bad habits. So for you to be the good one in there, we can only start with one, but to break it, you gotta start from look for somebody that is not yet polluted in the mind. Because if you get any of these older people that already know what they want, if you're lucky, I know a few friends of mine are lucky, just I think 2 are lucky. They have their family supports them back home, and it's good. Now I've got one person in my team back home, and he is absolutely phenomenal. He tells me the truth, even though we still have those fictions, but it's not as big as majority of the people. So it will take you a while to go through all these things to find the right person. It might not, and it wasn't from my family. That's to tell you how it is. Most people say, why are you not helping your family? It was because I tried, it didn't work. So it's something that you have to consider when you're trying to build this business, because that's where you're breaking it. And sometimes if you don't, for me, I even know what it will take. If you're starting out and you don't have any idea of what you're going to do in online business, and you're right there, you're here trying to set it up with somebody back there, be careful, because they might, if you don't understand it, you can't teach them. It's that basic. So don't try to pay for a course and tell them to go through the course. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work out well, unless it's gonna be 1 in 1,000. You find someone back there that will be willing and religious to go through the training, because of the environment. That is a very big factor. Now the second thing is power. What I mean by that is electricity. Now it's very sad to say that I overcame this one. It's very simple, but in Nigeria we still don't have constant power. So it's sad to say this, but it's true. And what the only thing they do is to overcome this, you just have to get a generator that will light up the house at a particular time. So they got to use the laptop at those times, and this wasn't really a problem, but it's something that you have to consider in the long run. That is, you're gonna be consuming. You're gonna be, because they will be telling you they need money for this, for power to light up their laptop and all that, to charge it and all that, and dongle as well in case of their internet, because their subscription is every month. I think it's about 15k, which is like £20. It's not a lot of money, but you know what I'm talking about. Once they are on that receiving end, they are constantly waiting for that small money for the fuel, and from there they'll be sucking you more. If you know what I talk, if you have the experience, you know what I'm talking about. Now the last thing is timing. By time I mean by the time they respond to things. So if I give them task to do, like reply to email or respond to a social media website comments, they were not on it. They were doing it. Sometimes emails would be like 2 days before you get a response, and if you tell them, they will say, something happened. That's what I'm saying to you. There was a lot of friction in the. It's not that they are not capable of doing it, but you will have this lot of frictions that will undermine efficiency in your business. So these were the things I struggled with in my own experience. So can your family back home build this? I don't know. You have to know the kind of people you have around you, or you're prepared to start looking for somebody. It's all up to you. But I know it's possible if you get the right person. But understand this, You have to go through like 1,000 people to get the one person that is a genius, that is a superstar. Because I believe there is a lot of superstars there. Because bringing them over here will not solve the problem. They will just come here and do the same thing that most people are doing here, which is like go to work, get a good job, and at the end of the day, they are unfulfilled in their own life, and people back there are suffering. So I'm in the culture now of trying to setting up a system with them being the investors, because if they invest in it, they will be part of the investment. If they know that they are investing in their own future, they will take it a little bit more serious. So this is where I am at the moment. So we can they build a business? Absolutely, it's true. It's crude. It's simple, but there are a lot of hurdles that we have to overcome. It's not like smooth sailing when you're in Europe here like we are. So it's something that you have to put into consideration. I don't know if this video is gonna be the best, but this is my own experience. I hope you find it some form of information. And if there's anything, if you have any questions or anything you want to share with me, I'll be happy to hear them in the comments. And if you have any experience that any of us can benefit from, I'm absolutely open to learning. How can I improve it? That's the reason I'm putting this video out there, so that I can share my experience with you and you can share your experience with me, and we can bounce off ideas of each other. And in other words, we create a better home back there, because we know deep down inside our heart that we should be doing a lot more than we are doing. And this is one of the ways I'm trying to do that. I hope you find this inspiring. If you find it, like the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.